Welcome to the Nostalgia Test Podcast, the show where two longtime friends put their mainstream pop culture past to the ultimate test, the Nostalgia Test.
First of all, I thought we said, or I said, there was not going to be another food episode.
You said not another sugar episode.
Sugar. Oh,
right,
that's what you took it as. Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Sweet.
you said not another sugar episode.
Yeah.
It's been recorded. We know what you said. It's not another sugar.
Nah, I can't take that back. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so here we are with our bag of shame ready to go. So yeah, welcome everybody to another episode of the Nostalgia Test Podcast. I'm Dan Dissinger here in LA. I'm here with my friend and co-host Manny Coelho there in New York. Manny, how are you doing today, Manny?
Dude, what is up? I'm good. I can't wait. It's almost midnight and I'm about to have chips. Potato chips. Can't. I'm excited and I'm also annoyed again with your food choices. I should have been more clear about my major statement of not doing any more food reviews, but you're right. I said sugar, even though this probably has a lot of sugar in it. I haven't looked at the ingredients, but I'm excited. Probably. I'm excited. I understand why you chose let's do potato chips. Because there's so many different snacks. I wish you would have included the Doritos in this, because I will say before we start this episode, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to say this is the chips episode, boys and girls. Chips episode. We went with chips. Classic potato chips. And Dan does not believe that a Dorito is a chip, because a Dorito is our tortilla chip.
Yeah, it's chip. I think it's in another category of chip, just like when we had the discussion on whether when we do this, like, is combo part of this? No.
Doritos is still here. I may not eat it, but it's
that
here.
Is the smallest bag of Doritos I've ever
First
seen.
of all, I will say these comes from the Cuomo chips. Okay, I took this from the brewery because we got the classic chips. It is considered the classic bag of snacks. And Doritos was in there. I also took another one because I'll tell you, I'm missing one from your list. But I kind of substituted it. I couldn't get it. Bro, these things are not that easy when I think they are. I'm like, come on, it's New York. I'm just going to go into a bodega or whatever. And it's going to show up. No. I was wrong.
I
was wrong again. But I will say, as I was leaving, because I had to grab some things, this is a good sized chip bag, dude. This is the chip bag. This is what we need. But I'll show you what I ended up getting. Yeah. What is this? Why do we need this many chips in a serving?
That is a big, the barbecue chip. And this is the small bag. Where am I doing? Okay.
This is a small bag. All right. So I got this one. So I got, so nobody's watching. First of all, this is the worst of a podcast because
I'm putting these clips online. This is going on. Slowly.
All right, so these are what I got too. Yeah, so we both got this.
Didn't get the Ruffles? You couldn't get the Ruffles?
No, but I got the Lay's.
Okay, all right, we'll deal with that.
This came from the sample pack.
Okay.
This is a good size. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait a second, but you got your Pringles, right?
I did. Let me see your Pringle box. Okay. Yeah. Mine came with I think you win something.
Yeah.
Celebrity Crunch Classic. Scan it and win a trip. Where am I winning a trip to? Who's going on a trip right now? How old are these chips?
Oh, no.
Oh, wait. Sold by 4/16/2021. Oh, we're good.
Okay.
All right.
So I will say then that makes sense. Okay, so this is basically about flavor. Because you couldn't get Ruffles, which I'm surprised that you couldn't get Ruffles.
Dude, Ruffles, they only had, it was like a cheese one,
cheddar and sour cream.
The cheddar and something else. Didn't have the sour cream and onion.
Wow.
No.
I couldn't get why is potato chips don't exist on the West Coast or in California, or in
I
LA
saw
where I
some.
am.
There weren't that many.
Yeah.
So I went to two places. I went to the gas station right by the brewery and picked up most of these. And then I where I parked in
Mm.
Queens was right by a bodega, so I went in there really quick. And there was all the other ones we were talking about, hot fries and
Yeah.
like every other, not the Doritos, but it was the fire one, the spicy
Yeah.
Dorito. Yeah, they had that.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that should be on an episode on its own.
Yeah.
And
There
I
should be a
understand why you
Doritos.
chose not to put Doritos on, because it is a tortilla chip. It's considered a
And
tortilla chip.
and the thing is, Doritos itself is like a whole world of Doritos. You know what I mean? Like you could just do
So
Doritos.
Doritos itself is a Dorito. A Dorito is
Yeah, Dorito is a Dorito. I
Dorito,
don't even know what that means.
Doritos. Well, it's like saying Q-tip. Like when you, right? Because tortilla chips, do you ever say, hey, let me get some tortilla? I guess you do.
I guess
Yes,
yeah,
you
because they
do.
come
There's
with chips
different
and
forms of
salsa. I'm
tortilla
not gonna.
chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't get like, there's no plain Doritos.
No, there are no. I guess the cheese flavors like they're plain.
Like when you say Doritos, the first one is in my brain, you go into is nacho cheese, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like you could have a Dorito, like a tortilla chip brand Doritos,
You could, but
like
what would be
plain
the
tortilla
point?
chips, because they're tortilla chips and you could
But you
dip
don't
them.
buy Doritos to do that. You buy Doritos to eat the flavor Dorito.
So what tortilla chips do you get?
Now, I get like some gluten-free type, like vegan ones. Like what are they called?
I get
There's
the
a
cassava
special one.
ones. I get
Yeah, those are
cassava ones.
good.
Those are fucking good.
Yeah, there's another one that we get. I forget the name of it right now. I'll make my own sometimes. I'll get some corn tortillas and cut them up and like bake them myself and just make my own chips, you know.
Got it.
But yeah, but we're doing potato chips, and we
Potato
had
chips,
we
ladies and
had an
gentlemen.
original list, and it had to be all thought of again. So we're looking at flavors, I'm guessing, considering we couldn't get the same sour
Yeah, but
cream and
I'm
onion
okay with
flavor,
that.
but that's okay. Yeah.
I'm okay with that because I'll tell you, some of your flavors that you put down, I never really liked anyway as a kid. I'm going to tell you, like as we go through them, I'm going to tell you, like, wasn't really my chip of choice. But
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say no to it
Well, you could have
because,
revised a couple of the
no,
things.
because I actually didn't explore that many chip options as a kid.
Oh, okay.
It was Doritos was like the ultimate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And then I did mess with barbecue, but
I feel like barbecue is the one that everyone, like that Lay's barbecue bag, I was like, okay, this is a chip was like probably the most popular one.
yeah. So what are we getting into first?
So here's the thing I was thinking of.
Because I know you
I
got
mean,
facts.
I do have some facts, but I have been thinking about the order.
The order,
Because
because this is like pairing with like, a or tasting flight, if you will, of potato
and
chips.
it's a little different than the candy bars because they are strong tasting, I believe. So I do think first we do have to do the Pringle first. It is the original flavor because if we don't do the Pringles first, I think everything else mixing together is going to screw up the flavor of the Pringle.
I'm going to agree because the way I remember Pringles, it just tastes like nothing.
And it is a weird flavor because I feel like
It's not that good. But
yeah.
I'll
It's
say let's start with Pringles.
okay, so we start with Pringles, and then from there I think we have to go I
Why don't we
really
start with Pringles, get into it, and then we'll
and then see
choose
where it goes.
next on. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I
Because
guess
I'm a
we'll
little
do
torn too, because you got some strong ass flavors left and right here, and then of course the middle, the barbecue. So I don't know
yeah.
where to go with it.
So I
The
guess
salt
we'll
and
go
vinegar is pretty, yeah. Okay.
that's one that I later in my life like really enjoyed because as a kid you're not eating salt and vinegar. Then after
No,
it got past that I was like, oh, this is actually really good. Of course, I
that's
haven't had
because
it in
as
a long
adults we
time.
get really fucked up and we destroyed our taste buds and we needed something else. So
Destroyed our
let's go
taste
with
buds.
Pringles because Pringles always reminds me
Okay.
of a Mitch Hedberg joke. So
Oh.
I love that joke.
Yes, yes. But that day
Um,
the rubber was supposed to come in, a bunch of potatoes came in. Well, Pringles is a laid back company, so like, fuck it, cut them up. And that is
Yes.
what Pringles is. It's that container from the fucking tennis ball container.
It
But a little
is,
bit
man.
about Pringles. I mean, we'll do
Let's
a
hear
little
it.
Pringles facts from Wikipedia.
I
Pringles is
can't
an
wait.
American brand of stackable potato chips, originally developed by Procter and Gamble in 1967 and marketed as Pringles Newfangled Potato Chips. The brand was sold in 2012 to the current owners, Kellogg's. As of 2011, Pringles were sold in more than 140 countries. In 2012, Pringles were the fourth most popular snack brand after Lay's, Doritos, and Cheetos, all manufactured by Frito-Lay, with 2.2% market share globally. So Pringles doesn't have a gigantic market share. 2.2%? I mean,
Wow.
that's like Sam Adams,
So
which
they're
has like
going
maybe
against,
like
yeah,
less than
they're going
1%.
against the big guy. And the big guy's
Yeah.
got the top three.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, a little. If you want a little more history, if you're willing to sit through a little more
I'm
history
willing.
with Pringle.
I'm willing.
Okay, so in 1956, Procter and Gamble assigned a task to chemist Frederick J. Bauer, who died in 2008, was born in 1918, to develop a new kind of potato chip to address consumer complaints about broken, greasy, and stale chips, as well as air in the bags. Bauer spent 2 years developing the saddle-shaped chip from fried dough and selected the tubular can as the chips container. However, he could not figure out how to make the chips taste good and was pulled off the task to work on another brand. In the mid-1960s, another P&G researcher, Alexander Lipa of Montgomery, Ohio, restarted Bauer's work and succeeded in improving the taste. Although Bauer was the true inventor of the Pringles chip, Lipa's name is on the patent. Gene Wolfe, a mechanical engineer and author known for science fiction and fantasy novels, helped develop the machine that cooks them. That it doesn't even sound like a snack. It sounds like a math equation.
I know. I can't believe it. They took it was that's a lot. That's a big task. That's a big task.
That's
I'm gonna
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you my memory of this. There's a place.
Ugh.
I don't know why we went there, but there's a meat market place by what is now Western Beef
Oh,
on
yeah,
Second Avenue.
that's right.
There used to be a place that you go there and you get. I guess there was a butcher or something. I don't remember. I used to go there all the time. And for some reason, while we were waiting as kids at this place, they had Pringles as one of the things to order. And I would get, not this size, what we got here. This is, I guess, medium, because there's a smaller size. You ever have like the one that's like this, like only has like 10 chips on it?
Yeah, the small
And then they had
plastic
like the
type one.
tall tube one that looks like a tennis ball one. That's the one we used to get all the
Yeah.
time. I just remember, I don't know why I ate them. They're not that great. Like before I eat this, I don't recall loving Pringles. Why are they in my life?
I feel like this is the Three Musketeers of your life in potato chip form. But I mean, for me, when Pringles came out, it was obviously not when Pringles came out. I guess when I first saw Pringle, I mean, obviously they've been around since the '60s. That's crazy, but or whatever or whenever. But it was just a novelty to be like, oh, look at this chip and this thing, and you stack them, and it just became this whole thing. And the pop the
Commercials
top commercials and stuff like that were really amazing. Oh, this is a grab and go stack, Manny. Our favorite thing to say.
to
This is
goes.
a to go, a
Oh my
grab and
God.
go,
Because
because
if you get a bag, the
that's
bigger
right.
one, you can't go anywhere.
No, it weighs you down and keeps you where you are.
So it's not
Yeah,
grab and go. The taller
right.
one is grab and stay.
Grab and stay. Now,
Grab and stay.
now, one thing I will say about the Pringle is that as I open the but yeah, it doesn't smell like
It
anything.
smells. I
But
mean, it
like,
smells like a baked potato chip
yeah.
with salt.
But the one thing, yeah, that about the Pringle that they were trying to make sure that didn't happen is broken potato chips. But I look at the bottom, there's broken potato chips.
Oh, they're down there. If you shake this enough, you'll break it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and there's a chip,
But
and
not as
there's,
many broken potato
whatever.
chips.
You know, it doesn't
What's
look like a
wrong?
potato chip.
I
It just
mean, it
doesn't
kind
look.
of looks like a potato chip. It just looks very fake. Like, I don't know. I make chips, look at it. Yeah, there you go.
Mine's got a crack in it,
I'm
or
going
a
to have
fault
one.
line.
I'm
All
going to
right,
have
go
one.
for it. You eat one. I'm gonna eat one too.
All right. Tastes plain to me, salty. Makes you want to have another one. No? I taste
Yeah,
cardboard.
you immediately want to eat another one.
Why?
But it tastes, you know what it also tastes like? It tastes like fried Chinese food. You know what I mean? Like the fried noodles, like the fried noodles you get in Chinese food,
Oh,
that bag.
the soup noodles.
Yeah, it tastes like the fried soup noodles from Chinese food, right?
Wow, you're not going to get that out of my mind now. It definitely tastes like the fried soup noodles. Like you could have this with wonton soup.
Yeah, like you could just crack these up or not, and throw them in wonton soup, and then you'd have, I guess, the texture part of a Pringle. I mean, in there. I mean,
No, they would get soaked up really quick.
yeah, they'd probably get really just gross, like Wheaties, real quick.
Remember they used to do
Yeah,
this?
yeah, right. That was the thing about Pringles is you could make faces with them.
Ah, yeah.
Like, why? Why does anyone care? And then, like, how you can eat a whole stack? Like, how big of a stack of Pringles can you eat?
Was that the commercial that says once you stack you can't no. I'm making that up. Once you stack you can't stop. Oh, that sounds stupid. I'm trying to come up with made up commercials for Pringles. I do remember them being pretty like catchy though. Like back then, there was some really good jingles for Pringles. I just rhymed Pringles and jingles. I did not mean that, by the way. We could also do this. Look,
Their slogan was "Once you pop, you can't stop." I don't know if that's their slogan anymore, but that was the original slogan. Once you pop, you can't stop. I think they have a new slogan now, but I mean, it's still the same chip. I mean, I remember exactly how this tasted. It doesn't taste any different than what I remember it tasting like, but it definitely does taste like the fried noodles from Chinese food, and it's just making my mouth. It's just like I'm losing. Like I feel like water is just being sucked out of my body by
oh yeah.
this, and
First of all, obviously they wanted to eat more chips, so they put salt all over this thing, and all you want to do is like, it's so fucked up that our body, instead of saying, "Don't have any more chips, get water," we're continuing to eat what's making us more thirsty. That's such a mind fuck. Think about what we're doing. Like you have one chip and you're like, I popped it. I want to stop it. And you can't stop it.
I can't
Like,
stop. I
what
had to
is
put them
that?
away. I
I
couldn't.
had to
You're
too.
talking, and I'm eating one chip after another, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing that?
Dude, I was doing the same thing. I'm like, I can't. Why? I just, first of all, I don't really like them. They taste like nothing. All right, they taste like, I don't know. I'd rather do other chips. Like they taste like bland chips, like chips that have no flavor. All they have is salt, and the salt's not even enhancing the flavor. You just taste salt, so you just taste thirsty. That's all you taste.
Yeah,
If thirst had a
yeah,
taste, Pringles is that taste.
yeah, and I feel like you're right. It's almost like if they took a bunch of salt and compressed it into a chip. That's what this is, and then sprayed it with the taste of fried Chinese noodles, and then
Yes.
that was it. And uh,
So,
I can
um,
already feel myself being weighed down. Like the
so,
gravitational pull in my body is just being just destroyed.
so this is dried potatoes, vegetable oil, which consists of corn, cottonseed,
What?
yeah, soybean, and or sunflower oil. So they're
Yeah,
saying
like what is
and or. What else you got? Yellow.
degerminated yellow corn flour,
Mm,
cornstarch, rice
mm,
flour,
yes,
maltodextrin,
yes.
mono and diglycerides,
All
salt,
good.
salt wheat starch, contains wheat ingredients.
No shit.
I think we definitely went over the serving size, about 2.5 servings per contain. Oh, what's the serving
16
size?
chips is about. I don't think I hit the 16
No,
mark.
I didn't have 16, but I can see myself eating 16 of these and not knowing
But
how that happened.
why?
Just, I think just habit, or just like it just happens.
Hmm. Bro, but that happens a lot with chips, I'll have to say.
Yeah,
A lot, and I know we're going to do this with all the chips here, is you just grab chips and you keep eating them because your body just wants to keep eating them. Like there's no, you may not even like them that much and you're just eating them and it's because there's fucking buttload of salt in it. And then you want something to drink afterwards. It's a really good thing for like bars and stuff.
yeah.
Because
I don't understand the guy's face on the can, like how they came up with that. Is he supposed to be Italian?
uh I don't know.
Pringles.
Is it in your
Eat the
facts? Is there a
Pringles.
reason? Is there a reason in your
I
little
don't
facts
know. I
book?
didn't see.
You didn't go that far?
Well, the next thing on the facts was that the consistent saddle shape is mathematically known as a hyperbolic paraboloid. Their designers reportedly used supercomputers to ensure that the chip's aerodynamics would keep them in place during packaging, and that they would not break when being stacked on top of each other. So a lot of money went into these, like supercomputers. They
They
know
had
it's a potato chip, right?
wow. And they only got to number 4.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's still broken. They're still broken. It's not like there are no broken chips. There's a million broken chips in there. And it's just like, don't tell me that there's no broken chips in there. Come on now. It's ridiculous. Oh, here it is. The Pringles logo is a stylized cartoon caricature of the head of a male figure, officially known as Julius Pringles, designed by Louis R. Dixon with a large mustache and parted bangs. Until 2001, the character had eyebrows and his bow tie framed the product name. In 1998, the bangs and lips were removed from the logo and his head was widened a little bit.
Well, he looks like the chip.
He looks like the chip, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They had a
That
supercomputer make this chip.
Why would you need a supercomputer to make a chip? Cut a potato and bake it or fry it.
Huh, people are sick of broken chips.
I guess, like, how do you make this? Because I mean, you have to make a consistent shape, right? Oh, I don't
Dude,
know.
I'm feeling the same I did as when I used to eat these.
Yeah,
I mean, like Pringles probably like my last choice of chips. And then
yeah.
they make flavored ones and I don't really like them.
I'm not into the flavored ones. I mean, I thought, we should have a regular potato chip, and I felt like
No, I like that you chose this because this is the plainest chip of all the land.
it is the plain. It's like eating salted air with a crunch.
It
Thank
is
you.
because it
See,
was like, you know,
this
when
is
they
why
used to.
computers shouldn't make things. Like, you can't have a computer make a potato chip,
So
okay?
did you say they fried it or they bake it?
I think it's fried. I'm not sure. I think maybe it's baked. It might be baked.
It feels like it's baked,
Um,
but it doesn't say that anywhere.
Not sure. In fact, I wouldn't know how they would make this shape. Do you know what I mean? Like, are they using it? Oh, the product was originally known as Pringles Newfangled Potato Chip, but the other snack manufacturers objected, saying Pringles failed to meet the definition of a potato chip since they were made from a potato-based dough rather than being sliced from potatoes like real potato chips.
So they made it like a pancake?
The
It's like a
U.S. This goes deep, man. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, because they had nothing to do, weighed in on the matter, and in 1975, they ruled Pringles could only use the word chip in their product name within the phrase potato chips made from dried potatoes. Faced with such a lengthy and unpalatable appellation, Pringles eventually renamed their product Potato Crisps instead of chips.
oh, that says it right there. Potato crisps.
Wow, I didn't even realize that, but that's
Dude, you
crazy.
just went against your whole episode.
But
It's supposed to be potato
I
chip.
would still consider this a potato chip because it's like it's still a
No, but it totally makes sense why it tastes weird.
and why it's
Why
shaped
it's
that
shaped
way.
weird too, because it's basically a potato pancake.
Wow,
Thin potato pancake.
unbelievable, dude! This goes even deeper. It goes even deeper.
More? Over this
In
chip?
Dude, in July 2008, in the London High Court, Procter and Gamble lawyers successfully argued that Pringles were not crisps, even though labeled potato crisps on the container. In Britain, what are known as chips in the US are known as crisps, as the potato content was only 42%, and their shape, Procter and Gamble stated, is not found in nature. This ruling against a United Kingdom value added tax and duties tribunal decision to the contrary exempted Pringles from the then 17.5% VAT tax for potato crisps and potato-derived snacks. In May 2009, the Court of Appeal reversed the early decision, and the spokesman for Procter & Gamble stated it had been paying the value-added tax proactively and owed no back taxes. What the fuck, bro?
Are you kidding me? All for taxes.
What the fuck, bro? Are you serious?
Man, Pringles. Pringles went through some shit.
They went through so much for like the most mediocre tasting fucking snack
For number
ever.
four. For number 4.
But 2.2% of the market value, global market.
Hey man, that's a lot though. Think about how much money they're making on this thing.
No, you're right.
If you can afford this packaging, dude, there's plastic. There's
the whole thing.
There's an aluminum like seal, and this thing you could throw this. You could reuse this container.
Yeah, you do a lot with this.
You could put a little string at the end of this, and then I'll attach it to yours, and me and you could do the podcast with old school.
Yeah.
If you do that, you talk into it.
That's right. Well, hey, what's up? We'll have Dave drive the string.
That's right. Dave, drive the string. Can you hear me now?
Can
you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. You know what though? It's still mediocre because it's Pringles.
It's Pringles. All right. We're moving on with this.
We're gonna come back to that.
We'll come back with the breakdown of our.
But I am so surprised how much trouble Pringles went through to get their product out there when really
it's nothing.
It's not.
It
that
tastes
great.
like starch. It
tastes like a soup noodle, a Chinese.
Yeah,
but and even those are better. Those at least get a little more depth of flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, when you soak it for a while in soup.
This is like an under-fried noodle.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's not finished.
Yeah, it's just white and gross. It's just
and
white.
Where's the grill marks? Where are the strategically placed grill marks?
It looks like a ghost.
It does. It's Casper.
It's not seasoned.
It's nothing.
It's gross.
Don't have another one, Dan, because you almost finished it.
No, I didn't, but I'm putting it over there. Okay. So we said barbecue was next, right?
I don't know if we said barbecue was next. Let me ask you this.
Well, what do you think?
Out of all these, what is your favorite? Barbecue?
I'm thinking barbecue is probably going to be the best one.
So let's say that to the end. I feel like that's going to destroy. Well, I don't know.
Sour cream and onion is going to do quite a number on us, I think, though.
All right, we'll finish with sour cream and onion because I have one different flavor than yours. Let's do barbecue. I'm down with barbecue.
Okay, so Lay's barbecue. I feel like it's a classic bag. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's something that I'm
barbecue.
Used to. Lay's barbecue. I mean, I have some stuff to say about Lay's company, but it was weird. You can't just get like information just on Lay's barbecue, really. I mean, maybe, but on Wikipedia, it's Lay's is a brand of potato chip varieties, as well as the name of the company that founded the chip brand in Canada. It has also been called Frito-Lay with Fritos. Lay's has been owned by Pepsi Company through Frito-Lay since 1965. So a little history. 1932, salesman Herman Lay opened a snack food operation in Nashville, Tennessee. In 1938, he purchased the Atlanta, Georgia-based potato chip manufacturer Barrett Food Company, renaming it H.W. Lay, Lingo and Company. Lay crisscrossed the southern United States, selling the product from the trunk of his car. Then the business shortened its name to the Lay's Lay Lingo Company in 1944 and became the first snack food manufacturer to purchase television commercials with Bert Lahr as a celebrity spokesman. In In 1961, the Frito company, founded by Derek Lothert and Lay's, merged to form Frito-Lay, a snack food giant with combined sales of over 127 million annually, the largest of any manufacturer. Shortly thereafter, Lay's introduced its best-known slogan, "Bet you can't just eat one," and sales of the chips became international, with marketing assisted by a number of celebrity endorsers. So that, I mean, I feel like that's a good enough thing about Lay's. With the flavors, Lay's barbecue flavor potato chip, which appeared in 1958, was the only flavor available in the United States other than the conventional salted chip until the introduction of sour cream and onion in the late 1970s. So that's just a little bit just about the barbecue.
All right, so I opened the bag while you were talking and doing your little facts. First of all the chips at the bottom. But I have to say, if you lay it out, it'll probably take up the whole bag. Like when people say, oh, there wasn't, I don't mind that they're broken either. I mean, I don't know why that's a big deal with Pringles. I don't mind that they're broken.
No, I think potato chips usually think they're going to be broken. I mean, as long as they're not dust.
Yeah, so good to know. No artificial flavors.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going with the ingredients: potatoes, vegetable oil, barbecue seasoning, which has sugar, dextrose, salt, corn, obviously. There's some yeast, onion powder, spices, tomato powder, paprika, natural flavors, whatever that fucking means. Cornstarch, caramel coloring, yeast extract, paprika extract, garlic powder, and mustard seed oil.
Now, serving size is 15 chips.
Yeah.
About 15 chips. That's 28 grams. Now, in 15 chips, that's 3% sugar of that, and 2 grams of just total sugars, included added sugars, and I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of sugar in
So there's
here.
some sweetness in here, but I will tell you, at first smell, definitely, I'm down with it. It reminds me of a kid. It reminds me of when Dad used to barbecue some chips.
Yeah, right. Throw it down on some potato chips. It reminds me of those potato, like the barbecue sauce that's just like comes in that plastic bottle. That really horrible Heinz like barbecue sauce, where like if you're bad at barbecuing, but if you just go, oh, I just burned all that chicken, and you just go, and it's like makes it taste better, and it's like let's like fix that problem.
Absolutely.
And I'm going in. Get a better chip. Oh, I guess that's fine.
All right. I mean, it tastes like a fucking barbecue chip.
Yeah.
I don't. So, I always find it weird now eating these things, but I mean, I'm not going to stop eating it. I don't love it. I don't love it.
Folded one. No.
I have a folded one also. Look at this thing. So at first thing, compared to the Pringles, forget about the flavoring. Just the way it looks, just the way it feels. It's a little greasy. I like it. I like it based on that. It doesn't feel as fake, right? The other one just felt like I could have been eating cardboard, dude. I could have been eating styrofoam. This at least feels like something, It does remind me I don't want to say, it reminds me of a really bad barbecue sauce that you put on some chicken with a really bad brush. It's not really any barbecue sauce that I would use now.
No, not at all.
But I'm not going to stop eating it.
Yeah, I agree. I think if I'm comparing this to the Pringle, it's already better. It's got a better flavor because I feel like it's a potato. But what's funny is the chip is so much thinner than the Pringle chip. Like, how do you get if it's like almost paper thin when you think of how thick? Like, I could see straight through this chip, which means it's like, how much potato are they using? And then they just flash fry the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty good. You are housing them. I'm like watching you here. But it's not bad, but it's also not great. I think what's funny is that when I think of these chips, how many potato chips I would eat at family gatherings or family parties, or family barbecues, the bowls of chips, and Barbecue chips was one of them. Sour cream and onion chips was one of them. Regular chips, though, like my family, like was Ridges a company? Because I was talking about this the other day. Like, was Ridges a company? Ridges potato chips, or potatoes that had big ridges in them, or something like. We had a lot of like texture potato chips, but also these chips remind me, and I'm looking at all of them, remind me of that really bad like dip that people used to make that was powder, and then you'd add milk or some crap to it or
Ew.
yogurt, and like you just stir it. It was yeah, yeah, real white trash shit that like my family and I did. But
Listen, I'm not gonna stop eating these. This is a problem. I don't really love this, but I'm eating them.
you are stuffing your face with them, dude.
Dude, they're very sweet. Very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a lot more sugar in this than the Pringles. I mean, maybe there isn't, and I didn't look at the. No, I don't really see sugar as a.
Pringles has zero sugar because Pringles only has salt.
Yeah,
Pringles is literally just salt, like you said. Where this has sugar because of the barbecue sauce, it has added sugars because of I don't know what. Definitely, it got a lot more fat in this, I think.
but look, dude, this is. Look at this. Look what I'm grabbing here. Ready?
Right, but like, how are you supposed? Oh dear God, don't do that. But how
What?
are you supposed to measure a serving size if all the chips are broken? See, that's how they get you. It's like 15 chips, but what's the size of a chip? If you have a
Dude,
bag full of broken chips, what are you supposed to do?
bro, I'm going serving size. The whole fucking bag. I'm having that. I'm housing the bag. I'm housing the bag. It's 400 calories for the package. I'm having 400 calories before I get home if this is in my car on the way home in traffic. It's happening. And if I'm at a party and you got bowls out and then one bowl is filled with barbecue chips, I don't even want them. As soon as I have one, you know what? You're right. The slogan works. But you can't have one. I'm not going to even bet. I know I can't have just one. Are you kidding me? Who just had one chip, by the way? Even if the chip is bad, the chip needs to taste like throw up for you not to have just one chip. Dude, the thing has salt. Anything that has salt, people are going to be like, oh, I'll have one more.
Now I remember why I don't like potato chips. It's happening right now. Especially these bad potato, these really just like whatever potato chips, like Lay's and crap. They get stuck in your whole mouth. It's not just your teeth, like it's everywhere. How are you supposed to be at a party or talking to people? It's like, hey, you need to carry a toothbrush with you to eat these things. You can't just like eat these chips and then talk to people. And let's be honest, eating potato chips is a gross thing. It's like everyone's hand is in shit. Now with COVID, like,
Gross.
can you imagine? You can't do this
No,
anymore.
everybody needs their own bag of chips.
Everyone needs their own bag of chips. You can't have bowls of chips out. You can't just be like
Yo, Chex Mix is not going to be a thing anymore. Come on.
no,
Who's going in?
trail
Who's going
mix.
into that?
It's over. You
Over.
can't. You can't share trail mix. You can't. Okay, now the aftertaste of this is happening.
Yeah.
It's like that lingering flavor. It changes. Like the flavor's changing in my mouth now. It started sweet, and now it's getting like burnt or kind of like more savory now. And it's
Yeah.
forcing me to be like, no, eat another chip to get that other flavor back, but it's never gonna just stop. It's all gonna be there.
Yeah. Well, this is like the ploy of the company, obviously, right? You need to make people want more. So
Mm-hmm.
it's understandable. Instead of sugar, they go with salt, right? You should just have water and stop eating, but you're not going to. I need to get rid of this bag. I didn't think I was going to feel this way. But yeah, my mouth's drying up. Everything's in
Oh,
every crevices of my teeth.
man.
I need a toothpick. It's bad.
Yeah. And the other thing is like
I may be allergic to soy. I'm not really sure. My mouth. No.
dude, you
Imagine
are.
I go into like apoplectic shock as I'm doing this episode.
And I apologize to everyone listening to this episode. I feel like this is worse than the candy bar episode in like what mouth sounds and like us being like, or just like,
Yeah, we
making
didn't do that
noises.
with the candy bar. At least the candy bar episode, we did. We were more
We were
like
good.
drunk and out of our minds
Yeah.
from sugar. This is more like, yeah,
Manic. I feel manic. I feel
I
like
can't catch like my thirst quench.
no, and it's just that taste just doesn't go away.
No, And that was why I was afraid to use the barbecue one, because the barbecue one, and it's like all over your hands. You gotta lick them. Like you
Yeah.
always have to have a napkin with chips, with these kind
Yeah.
of chips. I mean,
But
Doritos are even worse. But
Doritos, I feel like it's like something exploded on them.
yeah,
That's another thing. How are you supposed to eat these things in public? That's the funny thing is like these are snacks for public, like for public consumption on the go, and then like you
but
have to
this is the
be
shit.
careful.
Like, how are you? Where's the reseal of this? Right? This is not. This is not a to go, right? The Pringles was a to go. The Lay's doesn't say to go; it says to complete or something like that. Because there should be like a let's seal this up.
Yeah,
Who's finishing? It says 15 chips for one serving, but there's
yeah.
no like way to keep this fine. You went to the bodega. You're buying this whole. This is the size that they give you. You were making fun of my size. This guy, this is the size it should be.
Yeah,
Okay,
that is
this
the size.
there's 400 calories in the whole package.
That's a
This is
lot.
Bro, that means, first of all, 15 chips is more than, I don't know. How many chips do you think are in here? 100?
Possibly, but that's the thing. It's hard to tell. Plus, even if you ate 15 chips, you're eating 150 calories.
Yeah.
150 calories is a lot of. That's a lot of calories.
This is This is bad. Bad for you. Man, like so far, this is what I'm saying about the food fucking episodes, man. It's just showing me I'm old and I'm realizing we ate some shit. We ate some shit.
I mean, I would eat this with like a bottle of Dr. Pepper.
Dude, I was just gonna say before I got on, I was like, man, I should have gotten a fucking Dr. Pepper. Okay,
Yes.
you need to watch, and that's how you're gonna get this out of your mouth, right? It
Yeah.
tastes out of your mouth. Water doesn't do it. You
No.
need again, you need a sugary drink. I guarantee you, if you follow the money, Frito Lay is also owned,
Well, they're owned by Pepsi Company.
connected. Oh,
The Pepsi Company owns Frito. Owns the Lay's company,
yeah.
Frito Lay company.
They're like, how are we gonna get them to drink more
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Put the barbecue chips next to the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
They're gonna get thirsty
And Dr. Pepper
more.
is the only one that's going to you can't drink Sprite with this. Like you need something that's going to kill everything in your mouth. Dr. Pepper or Coke that's it.
Absolutely.
And I didn't like Coke.
And Dr. Pepper is
I
one of the best, to me, the best soda to drink. What is it, cherry? It has 56 flavors.
There's something crazy like that, which
Something
I don't
insane.
want to know what all.
No one really knows what a Dr. Pepper is supposed to be, because it's
Yeah.
not. Some would argue that it's a cherry cola. It's not. It's much more than a cherry cola.
Absolutely.
And I actually had Dr. Pepper 2 days ago. I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in a long time. What was I doing? I must have had something bad. Because usually when I'm going bad and I go off my diet, I go like hard. I'm like, well, if I'm
hardcore. It's like, fuck it, I already ate that. I might as well drink a Dr. Pepper now. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, it was there. It was like Kristen sort of like the can. It was like I was cheating on her. She's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot to throw it out." It was a can of Dr. Pepper. That's what I was like, "Oh shit."
I used to do this shit when I was driving back from Long Island back to Astoria from work. It was late at night and I was just up all day. And then I was addicted to jelly beans, like those Starburst jelly beans and whatever. And I would get like bags of it. Then this is how insane I was. This is a problem. This is going to sound really gross. So I would take the plastic bag that I would get the jelly beans in, like, the CVS bag or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd put that in the middle of the console, like in the cup holder. And then I'd just pour all the jelly beans in there and just drive on the Grand Central like this. Wah,
Yep.
wah,
Yeah.
just eating jelly bean after jelly bean, handfuls of sour jelly beans and stuff. And then I take all the garbage. I'm like, all right. I drink some garbage soda or something. I'm like, I better get rid of all of this now, because
See, I don't get rid of it, and I get yelled at in the morning. Like, did you really have a Dr. Pepper? I'm like, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
She's like,
Now
what did
here
you
we are.
have to eat? And I was like, I can't tell you that. I think it was Doritos.
Dude, I mean, I would say compared to the Pringles, the barbecue chips are definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
They taste better, but do I like that better taste? I don't know.
They're sweet. It's a sweet barbecue. It's not a barbecue that I like. It's sweet.
Yeah.
And like you said, like it looks like cheap barbecue. Like this is like a just look at
Yeah,
it.
that's that gross, weird barbecue sauce that I thought was barbecue sauce when I was a kid until I learned better. And then there was way better barbecue sauces. And I was
So
like,
much better barbecue.
oh, look at that. Like there's barbecue sauces
This is
that
barbecue
are,
seasoning, Dan. Come on.
yeah. And it's like, who knows how they got that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. Moving on because I'm starting to not feel well.
I'm sweating.
My stomach is like rejecting the fact that I had 4 servings. All right.
Okay. Okay. Now,
I say we save the sour cream and onion till last.
yeah. Let's go salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar. All right. So this is a Lay's salt and vinegar. So
Lay's, we were supposed to do Wise, but Wise, I could not find a Wise in LA.
Lay's was everywhere. I can tell you that Lay's was everywhere.
Yeah, Lay's is everywhere. And guess what? Guess fucking what? I went into the store, into this other store by me called it's called Smart and Final here in LA. And guess what I found? A box of 16 Take Fives.
What?
Yeah, I have a picture of it.
You
Which
found?
probably won't be able to see. And I found Take Fives, and I couldn't believe that there were Take Fives on the shelf. And you won't be able to see. No, I think because the picture.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, all I'm seeing is.
But you had to buy a box of, what is this, 18 of them, and I was like, I'm not buying 18 Take Fives.
You got to
But
buy
yeah,
a whole
that's the only
box of
place I
Take
saw it. And I
Fives?
think because this store is both a grocery store and like a supply store, basically like a restaurant supply store, like a food truck supply store. You could buy like gigantic like buckets of margarine
Got
and
it.
like all the stuff you could sell, on top of just also being a grocery store. So
Dude,
that's what a
I'm
Take
jealous.
Five is.
So you couldn't get one?
I couldn't get one. I tried to look for one, but they didn't have one. You had to buy 18 of them. And I was like, I'm not down to buy 18.
That's a lot of Take Fives.
I'm not eating that many.
I mean, you could sling it. You could start slinging Take Fives because it's very
Sell
rare.
pop.
Hell, Pop. Do you have Coke in a glass harmonica? Do you have usually Rat Cashews? Dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's awesome, by the way. Okay,
Yeah.
so I just opened the bag.
All right,
It stinks.
salt and vinegar.
It stinks in here. It stinks.
Salt and vinegar. The flavors are salt and vinegar from Britain and Ireland. Obviously, they're here in the United States, but a lot of the places when it started can only be in certain areas. So I guess that's where the salt and vinegar chip was mostly marketed. It was a chip that as a kid I didn't want to eat, but then when I was a teenager and stuff, I was much
I don't
more.
even know if I like him now. I could tell you that I don't really have the salt and vinegar. It's not my thing.
This is the one bag of chips. As soon as you opened it, was just like punched you in the face.
Oh yeah, this thing.
But also the chips aren't broken.
This is a classic. But this is the classic flavor that I'll tell you, and I guess this is about every chip. I don't like it, but I continue to eat it.
Yeah.
And this is going to do that. I know that. Salt and vinegar. It's right there. You don't need any other thing to say, I'm going to have more than one chip. Because it's going to be salty.
Yeah.
It's going to be stinky. My tongue's already watering because of it.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
These are the chips. This is the only bag so far when I opened it that actually not that many chips are broken.
It's because nobody touches them.
I mean, look at the size of that chip. Wait, can I get? There you go.
Oh, that's a fond chip.
I think that's got potato skin on it.
No. See? There goes my saliva glands coming through.
It's a good crunch on that chip, though.
Look at this chip.
Wow. I would say the salt and vinegar. What is that?
Chip.
Like, what is that
This
crazy?
is a full chip.
I feel like the salt and vinegar chips have a better crunch than the Pringle and the barbecue chip already. They're crunchy. They're not overly vinegary either.
No. Dan, I take back my comment. I think I kind of like this chip. I take back my comment. I don't really go toward this at all. I've probably had a few handful of salt and vinegar flavored chips. This, I gotta say, this is probably a physical reaction, but I'm liking it. I'm digging it. I'm not gonna feel well after this, but I'm digging it.
No, I'm not going to feel well, but I do think that, and this is what I do remember from the salt and vinegar chip, is that when I did start eating them more, I was like, oh, I've been missing out on something good. Now, I don't think that this is the best version of the salt and vinegar chip. I do think there are better salt and vinegar chips out there. Like the kettle cooked ones are probably better and stuff like that. But I do think because there's so much vinegar, like people love using oil and vinegar in their salads now, being much more like simple with salad dressings. And, also when I moved to Colorado, a big thing in Colorado for some reason with French fries was vinegar on the French fries, which is a thing from England that people do that. I never saw that in my entire life in New York. And then when I moved to Boulder, we were at this place called the Mountain Sun. Shout out to the Mountain Sun there in Boulder on Pearl Street. Shout out to all my friends there in Boulder, Chris, Brendan, and Brian Fields.
Shout out.
Shout out. But vinegar on potato chips, I saw that so much, especially at the Mountain Sun. It was really interesting. Mountain Sun has a great February stout month as well.
Dude, this is considered a flavor icon.
I believe it. But see, okay, on the flavor icon, if I could read it, I don't know if they put ketchup on there. Anyone who eats ketchup potato chips, I don't understand that shit.
Wait, you never put ketchup on your potato chips?
No.
Oh, I used to do that all the time with the Ruffles. With the ones with the waves in it. Yeah, I used to dip them in ketchup. Some would think I was crazy, but I love that. Love it. First of all, ketchup is one of my favorite condiments.
What are you talking about? Dude, these chips are killing our brain cells. You know that, right?
You don't like ketchup?
No, I love ketchup, but I'm just saying, like,
Dude,
I feel distracted.
distracted?
You know what I mean? Like, I feel distracted. Like, I could just sit here and just try to eat this entire bag, but like I feel like I'm being taunted by the bag, being like, keep going. Let's see what happens.
I can tell you, first of all, we've had a lot of sodium already. Like the candy bar episode, too much sugar. This is like, I'm going to be swollen up, Dan. Swollen. I'm going to be bloated, swollen. Might need to go for a walk with the dog afterwards. It's going to be like 2 a.m. I'm going to be over there with swollen feet. But I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Did you know that vinegar is the last ingredient? That means it's the least amount in this thing.
Wow.
This is lower in calories because it takes 17 chips to get to 150 calories.
Okay, so 2 more chips in the barbecue chip.
Yeah.
But again,
not much sugar. Not much sugar at all.
No, that's the thing about salt and vinegar. And I do think, but that's so weird that vinegar's last on the list. You would think that it could be a little higher in the list. I mean, it's only
but that's
vinegar.
that's maybe why you said like you don't really taste the vinegar because it's lightly vinegar.
Right.
Because you don't want to kill yourself with the vinegar.
Yeah. But here's the thing about this chip, and it's happening right now. It is happening. Once the salt and vinegar part goes away, and you're left with just
chip land
casualties and remnants in your mouth, it's just plain potato chip now.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The Lay's plain potato chip, I don't care for. And plain potato chips are just, this is like, I don't care now. You know what I mean? Like, the aftertaste of this one is just mediocrity. So I might as well just go back and eat the Pringle chip.
Okay.
Or like, it just tastes.
Well, what is your like, what would be your go-to regular chip?
On a regular basis?
No, like original flavor chip.
Oh.
You got Ruffles. You got Lay's, Pringles, Wise.
Probably Ruffles, because it felt thicker, more substantial of a chip.
I agree.
Which I know, like, and I like a texture. I don't know, like that wave, and it just made it crunchier, I guess. I really liked it. I know we were going to just talk about, sour cream and onion as a flavor, but, I think like with the salt and vinegar chip, the flavor combination is really good, but it's just everything
But is
in
there
it.
really a flavor,
I
or
don't
is it
know.
more of a physical reaction?
I don't know. It feels like a tanginess. It's like I'm eating tang. I'm eating
Hmm.
tanginess. Like I'm eating like just like a sensation in my mouth. You know, like when you when I don't know understand what my upbringing was like. But my dad always did weird things. I was like, oh, you know, he'd always like, oh, that's how you test a square battery. You put it on your tongue.
Oh
Don't do
yeah.
that. No one do that. No one do that. Or do it just to see what happens.
My grandfather
But it,
used to do it as a joke all the time. Yeah.
yeah, that's how you test it. I'm like, and I did it once. I'm like, that was horrible. Why did you tell me to do that? I don't understand. But then when I taste the salt vinegar chips, that type of like metal type of feeling is
Yeah.
like in your mouth, and I'm like, I don't know if it's good as much as it's like interesting. And I
Yeah.
guess because it's interesting, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep eating this. Kind of like when you eat something really spicy and you're just like, this is really too spicy, but if I stop eating it, I'm in trouble.
It's like, yeah, if you have like halal and you have the spicy sauce and you're like crying, but you continue to keep eating it, like it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
help you out.
Yeah, yeah, like if you're eating like a really spicy Indian curry or something, you're just like eating it, and it's like, oh no, this is a bad mistake. But then if you go back, if you stop, you're screwed. You just got to keep going because it kind of keeps the heat down. And so, no, it doesn't. But like you think it does, and you're just like, this is fine, and it's not fine. And then the rest of the day is ruined, and you know the next day is ruined. Your life is ruined. But I feel like with this chip, if I'm like I would have to keep eating it to keep this weird sensation going to kind of pinpoint it. And then after I finish the bag, I'm going to be sick to my stomach.
I'll tell you. So as you were doing that, I decided to take a couple more bites. I'm right back at it. Like the tanginess comes in, the mouth watering comes in, and you get that feeling back, and you keep doing it. So it's almost a challenge to finish the bag because you want that feeling this whole time, but it's so short lived. And then you finish this bag. It's 400 calories. You feel like shit afterwards.
Oh yeah,
You feel like
yeah,
shit.
absolutely. I mean, that's the thing about potato chips. Like, I'm gonna do something stupid and go back to the Pringle to kind of just like to just to
Why?
understand. I just want to understand it
That's
to
a
see.
neutral. That's a neutral test. The Pringles.
I feel like the Pringles make you depressed.
Let me go with the Pringle. Hold on.
It's like depression.
Oh, it's even worse. No, it's even worse now. After those two flavors, the Pringles, it is more and more proven that you're eating cardboard. I feel like I'm eating the package of a
Oh,
Pringle.
that last swallow of it, like there
Yeah,
was like a little bit left. It tastes like dust, like a piece of paper or
it
something.
actually almost reminded me of. This is gonna be
Oh
bad.
no,
A
no.
G-Zit. It reminded me of a G-Zit. It's communion. It's
Oh shit.
it's communion.
Oh my God, that's so right. It's
This is
so
the
weird.
original Cheez-It. This is
Oh
it.
my
Christ
God.
checks.
You just put a cross on there and just saying
Oh
that.
my God. Bro, it tastes like a communion. It tastes like.
It tastes like punishment.
Yeah,
Like it's just
exactly.
like it shouldn't be like that. It's just a potato chip. But I guess because it's not from potatoes, like they didn't slice a potato. They took a bunch of potato, they smashed it, and then made a dough out of it, and then put it into a mathematical equation and a supercomputer, and some machine was just like Pringles, and then just pressed a Pringle. Like,
We're actually having the body of Christ right here. Oh my God. I need to have the vinegar just to get the Pringle out of my mouth. Oh,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah. I wonder what happens though. Let's see. Like that was that one. Oh my God. I feel like a weird. This is not good. Let's see the
Are you
barbecue.
going to barbecue right now? Oh God. I don't know. I'm over the barbecue thing. I don't want the sweetness from
You
it.
know what? Yeah, I feel like the barbecue one is too sweet.
Too
It's not
sweet?
like a chip. It's almost like a piece of candy, almost with like a
Yeah, it's a
potato.
dessert.
It's like potato candy.
should have been the candy episode. All right.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
like potato candy.
We're moving on now. I got to move this on because
I feel like we're gonna. I feel like
if we stay here long enough with this salt and vinegar, we're gonna end up finishing them. But I will say, so far I'm actually in favor of this one over the last two.
yeah, I feel like salt and vinegar really showed up really showed up with 100.
It threw me. It threw me off. It threw me off. It threw me off. And it just made a point that Pringles is terrible. Like this,
Yeah,
it was terrible. All right. So now,
like salt and vinegar showed up and just like, all right, Pringles. What the? You're not a chip at all. Like
you're not even sure.
You and your robots and supercomputers go over there. Like
What is this? Why is this even? It's still in the market. Number 4 in the market.
But think of the drop off. Man, the drop off is like 2.2%. The other ones are probably like what, 45% of the market.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Oh no.
So we're going to my least favorite flavor of all chips. Can I see your bag?
All the chips are broken.
Can I see your bag? See. Yeah. I like Ruffles. I like Ruffles plain chips. I do not like sour cream and onion.
I can't believe you couldn't find Ruffles in Queens.
I mean, I only looked at one place. They had Ruffles, but they didn't have that flavor. Which makes me think people getting over the sour cream and onion phase.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Sour cream and onion. I hate sour cream, and I hate onion.
I think I almost threw up in my mouth. Okay.
The smell is terrible.
It tastes.
I have Lay's, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
It smells.
Lay's and Ruffles are going against each other.
It smells bad. It smells
First
like
of all,
all right. Do we want a little history of Ruffles?
Yeah, I didn't really get that much history off of the salt and vinegar, except
it's Lay's. I mean, so there wasn't much else except that it was, I think, marketed first in England and Ireland. I think the flavors were much more marketed in that area first.
Makes sense. Got it.
So Ruffles is a brand of ruffled, crinkle-cut potato chips marketed by Frito-Lay since 1961. So again, owned by the fucking Pepsi company, Ruffles, Frito-Lay, all these are from the same factory, basically. Ruffles has many different flavors of chips such as sour cream and onion, ketchup in Canada, among others. The Frito company acquired the rights to Ruffles brand potato chips in 1958 from its creator, Bernard Stallmer, who had adopted the trademark in or around 1948. The Frito company later merged with H.W. Lay and Company in 1961. The product is named as an analogy to the ruffle, a strip of fabric sometimes gathered creating folds. Its longtime official product slogan is Ruffles have ridges. The ridges are designed to create a sturdier, crunchier potato chip, less prone to breakage in the bag, which is a lie, they're all broken, as well as standing up to stiffer dips.
You could dip this better.
You could. Yes, you could dip this better. There are some depressing photos on Wikipedia of Ruffles on like some plates. I don't understand why that's happening. And that's it. I mean, there's nothing else here really to say about sour cream and onion as much as like just my own. Well, see, Ruffles Canadian flavors included regular, all dressed up, au gratin ketchup, lightly salted, sour cream and onion, salt and vinegar, brought back in 2017, spicy ketchup, blah, blah, blah. Ruffles are produced in a number of flavors in addition to the regular chips, some for regional markets. Salt and vinegar, which was discontinued in 2008, I guess in the US or whatever, and then brought back in 2017. Au gratin, sour cream and onion, barbecue, cheddar and sour cream, which is a bad news flavor, I think. Cajun, molten buffalo wing, loaded chili and cheese, and tapatio limon. Okay, I'm not even going on with the rest of the flavors because one of them stroganoff and honey mustard. What the fuck is that?
Phenomenal.
So sour cream and onion. Now, I'm going to say this. When I was a kid, for some reason, sour cream and onion chips were like my favorite. I love sour cream and onion flavored chips. Love them.
A lot of people do.
And it's been a very long time since I've had sour cream and onion chips. So I'm really kind of nervous about the whole thing.
I've always hated sour cream and onion chips. It's the least favorite chip I have. I never understood why people fucking had sour cream and onion chips. Fuck sour cream and onion chips. I know I'm not gonna like this, even though mine's Lay's. I will say Ruffles was the best chip to dip ketchup in, the plain one. Which means it wasn't that great because it needed a fucking ketchup.
Yeah, and like you're dipping it in like one of the most like flavorful condiments, ketchup, besides mustard. But like, all
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna go in and see what happens here.
go ahead.
Already not a full
I'll wait.
chip,
Not a full chip. Let me see. No, I can't see you. Nice.
sort of. It's
Okay,
broken in half. Oh, that little
mine's
bit
pretty
touched
good.
my.
Look at Lay's.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
that little bit touched my
Oh,
mouth, and
it
it. I don't
smells
know.
so gross.
It smells. It smells like feet.
Nope. I'm not having another one. Are you fucking kidding me? Why is this good for you? Why do you think this is good? This is a terrible flavor. I just ate feet. That's what I just had. It tastes like feet. I don't know how else to explain this. Why do people like sour cream and onion? Look, in your face. I don't even need to hear what
Dude,
you
there's buttermilk in this.
Yeah, buttermilk. Let me see what's in mine. Potatoes, vegetable, sour cream and onion seasoning, skim milk, salt, corn, onion powder, whey, sour cream. I fucking hate sour cream. Cultured cream, parsley, lactose,
Oh, you have a lot of weird flavoring because I have like,
buttermilk.
yeah, you have a lot of
Buttermilk.
dairy in yours, much more than mine.
Yeah.
I
You know
can't eat
what?
another one of those.
You know what? I only had one, and the slogan that you can only eat one.
Yeah, I
forgot
can
it.
only eat one of these. Like
I can.
that was gross. Like
No,
I do not remember it being that bad, but of course I didn't know any better. But that was no.
no. I'm going back to the salt and vinegar.
Yeah, let's see, salt and vinegar again. Come back
Oh,
here, salt and vinegar.
bring it back. There you go. Yep. I don't even care if the aftertaste is going to be terrible later. But how's it right now? Give me that tang. Give me that mouth
Give me
water.
that tang.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This episode is just going to be crunch. That's all it's going to be. It's us eating.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's gonna be really
Good luck.
hilarious.
Good luck editing this.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not. It's just gonna be one single track.
Just us eating.
I'm gonna say that my childhood was a lie. Sour cream and onion is a terrible potato chip. I
Oh,
don't care if there's ridges on it. I don't care what you do to it. Sour cream and onion is gross. Now, I don't not like sour cream because I like sour cream on like, nachos and tacos and, burrito, like how a little bit in burritos and whatever like that. But to make it a gigantic flavor. Now, I'm trying to also imagine what sour cream and a cheddar would have tasted like. And I think it would have been even worse because then you have the cheddar, that fake cheddar dust, and
ugh.
this this unbelievable amount of dairy in it at the same time with the sour cream. But wow, I did not think it was going to be that bad. That was terrible. That was terrible. And you can't eat that and talk to a person.
No,
Like, it's gross. You're eating gym socks. Like it's just sweat. It tastes like sweat.
bro. It smells. It was terrible, man. I don't know how that is. That's considered like a very like popular flavor.
Oh my God, there's so much background noise in this. Like Manny is not peeing. He's pouring water in a large bottle. I just need everyone to understand that. Like he literally, okay. If he
Yo,
was
I
peeing,
needed to do that, bro. My mouth is. I'm so thirsty after this episode.
oh, I'm sweating. And it's not from it being hot in this room. It's the fact that like these chips are just not good at all.
Oh my god, no, that chip was terrible. All right, let's wrap this up because this is like I'm not even angry. I'm remembering the episode with the candy and realizing what sugar does to us because we were insanely loud and talking fast and stuff. And all this did is slow us down. This
I
is
feel,
not
yeah,
energy.
I
This is
feel
not energy.
depressed. This is
This is not
depression.
energy. I feel like I gained 5 pounds.
Dude, I know, like, and I'm not in shape to begin with at this point in my life, but I eat healthy. I
Hmm.
promise.
No,
Like, I
these
promise.
are terrible calories. I'm gonna pull the old card. Don't fucking buy these chips. Um,
Yeah, but if we're
but
okay, like
we
we're
have
gonna
to test them, right?
we're
We
gonna
gotta
put them
put
to
them.
the
We gotta
nostalgia
put them.
test. We're gonna put them.
I think
Some,
most people understand what they're gonna be, but
but
you
okay,
know,
so original OG Pringles, gross. It was gross.
does it pass the test though? Is it stay in the nostalgic area? Does it? Do you feel like it brings up some sort of memories?
I mean, here's the thing about that. I think like if I'm gonna say that, is it nostalgic? I think it doesn't pass the nostalgia test. Like I would not tell people to eat original flavor Pringles. I probably don't think anyone should eat the other Pringles that are flavored. I don't think that they're good. And then after hearing about how a supercomputer created them, I mean, that's one thing about this podcast, which is funny when we talk facts. Like everyone, I just want everyone to know the research happens 5 minutes before this podcast happens. I open tabs up and I read it cold. So like all the information we just heard about the Pringles, I heard for the first time.
Dude, the only reason why you're
That
Danny Fax
freaks
Man is
me
because you
out.
read better than I do. I couldn't read this.
That freaks me out. So I'm gonna say I'll give the Pringles this. Out of all the chips, it is the least greasiest chip. So I don't think I would. Does that give it points? I'm gonna say it remains nostalgic because of the container. How about that? When I see a Pringle container in a store, I'm like, oh, Pringles, haha, Mitch Hedberg. And I think Mitch Hedberg has
That's
saved the Pringles company because of that joke for me. So I'm not gonna say that it's Three Musketeers bad or that it's take your pants off and jacket bad. I'm gonna say that the Pringles is nostalgic, and it's like, but it's not. It's really on the border of being super bad. But I think it gets saved by the weird shape that it comes in for me.
dude. I would say it fails the test
Yeah,
because if you're just talking about the chip in itself,
yeah.
it's bad. What you're talking about is marketing. Does the marketing work? Yes. Do I think about Mitch Hedberg when I think about Pringles? Yes, he should have gotten sponsored by Pringles, but it's bad. It's a bad chip. If you recall, we went back to it after the
Mm,
eating the vinegar and
yeah,
realized it's even
it was
worse.
worse.
And
Yeah, you
it
know
tastes
what? You've
like
convinced me.
it tastes like, and I put another joke in there. It tastes like Christ checks, or it tastes like a Cheez It.
Right.
So
Would I want to eat those on a regular basis? And the answer is no.
no,
And
who
so
wanted to
you,
eat communion?
do you know in the Greek Orthodox Church though, they give you real bread. So I think other
I
churches
mean,
should do
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
But like the communion Catholic Church is like they take stale bread and they crimp it
Well, there's
on a
probably a
super machine.
supercomputer.
Yeah,
After they make the Pringles, then they flip a switch. It's like, all right, now make some communions. Um,
it's actually that they're all made in the same factory.
they probably come in a smaller container where they stand on each
That's
other.
actually how like Pringles is still lasting as a company, is that their sub company is the Catholic Church.
Communion. It's communion. All right, so you've convinced me. I'm going back and saying Pringles aren't even nostalgic. I think, yeah, they're just bad.
No, it's bad. The market, if you're talking about an episode of marketing, yes, Pringles I would say
No,
is up there. The packaging is really good.
yeah, but as chips, you're right. It's bad. You you
Chips is
you
terrible.
you got me. You convinced me. So Pringles, you're out. You're over.
Out.
I
Out.
I wouldn't even nostalgically eat it again. I don't think I'll ever have a Pringle ever again in my life.
Oh,
I
it's not
think
happening
it's
ever again. After this, I got enough photos of us trying to put it in different shapes. Yeah, I don't need it.
yeah.
Done.
No,
All right.
no. All right,
Pringles
so
out of here.
Pringles is
Out
out of
of
here.
here.
So barbecue Lays. Huh. This is a hard one. This is a hard one because it's not good. It's not all the way bad, but it's not great. I don't know. I'm curious what your thoughts are, Manny.
I'm
I'm
gonna
deferring to
say
you in this episode a lot.
that this stays nostalgic. It's not that great. It's very sweet, more
Yeah.
sweeter than I remembered. Will I probably eat this again? Yeah. If I'm at a party, someone has it, and I want a chip. First of all, nobody brings Pringles to a party. Yo, imagine you go to a party. Imagine you go to a party and people bring Pringles. Nobody fucking brings Pringles to a party.
Can you imagine that? Wait, you're totally right. I've never been to a party where someone's like, all right, when they walk in the door, it's like, yeah, I brought some Pringles.
Nobody
What?
brings Pringles. Bro, you always have like tables filled with potato chip bags. There's never stacks of Pringles boxes. There's never. No one ever goes, yeah, hold on. And you open it and they're like all over. No.
Oh my God.
Nobody.
Who brings
Nobody.
Pringles?
This is why
So who's
it's not
buying them?
nostalgic. I don't know. People who are by themselves who want to who want to stay at home because they get the big bag. I don't fucking know. Because how do they sell anything? Because sales of chips and stuff rely on solo buyers at 7-Eleven and stuff, but then you go to BJ's, who's buying a 24 pack of Pringles? Like, it's not possible. What's a super size of Pringles look like? It's
Unless they do like
long.
a 10-foot like one, like there's like a 10-foot like thing of Pringles.
Yeah, but who's eating all that? You never see like Pringles in a bowl. When was the last time you saw Pringles laid out in a bowl?
Then what's the point of having them, right? It's like you pop it, it's like you pour it in a bowl. It's just like, did you just pour those Pringles in a bowl? It's like,
It's
like,
people would be freaked out because you're supposed to
sense.
grab them out of the packaging.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to just like shove them down your like gullet like a freaking weirdo.
Yeah, so Pringles will never be seen at a party. No, first of all, if you have a friend that shows up with Pringles, leave.
He's the friend that's showing up with Miller High Life too at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably.
No, it's time to go. That guy's not normal. He's showing up with stacks of Pringles.
I got some Pringles and some Bud Ice. It's like, go leave, bro.
Guy just wants the nicest thing to pack.
That guy's just like, oh man, I'm gonna do the most 90s thing. I'm bringing Pringles to the party. And you remember that penguin, Doobie Doobie Doo? Bud Ice. Yeah. I'm bringing that. Hey guys, remember the penguin?
Yo, Pringles is gross. Nobody shows up with Pringles. All right. So back to the barbecue. So yeah, I'm cool with keeping that as nostalgic. I don't think it's too bad. I mean, they're not great.
No,
sweet. Not really a barbecue that I have, barbecue season that I like. There's definitely better barbecue chips out there now. Yeah, it's a little sugary for me. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. It's really sweet. Like I said, it's almost like candy, like potato candy. And it's like, but then it leaves that weird taste in your mouth afterwards. Like
they all do.
Burnt potato, whatever. But
it leaves the original Lay's potato chip in your mouth.
Yeah, that was weird. It was almost like when it gets stuck in your teeth, which I hate. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. But then it's like not. It's still nostalgic though. I feel like I agree. Like if I saw them at a party. Plus, I don't know why I'm going to that party. Like, I'm trying to also think of the party I'm going to that someone pours a bag of barbecue potato chips, and it's definitely be in a plastic bowl or just a bag is just thrown on the table. It's like
someone's 9-year-old birthday party.
Yeah, and it's not even in a bowl. The bag is just thrown on a picnic table somewhere, and there's like pool water in it or something, or you find a balloon in it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're just pouring it.
I hate myself.
Yeah. Yeah. This is all they got is these chips. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have run my own paleo chips. No.
Yeah. Should have brought some Pringles. But I'm gonna.
Should have brought Pringles.
But I'm gonna.
Barbecue Pringles are even worse, dude. If you want to treat yourself to something bad, they're terrible.
Can you imagine how bad the sour cream and onion Pringles probably were?
No. Dude, imagine tasting that.
So that'll be Chinese food noodle, like Chinese noodles with sour cream and onion on it.
Yeah. Not happening.
No, so I agree. Barbecue potato chips from Lay's. Lay's barbecue potato chips are nostalgic. Still don't think I'll eat them again because I don't think I'll be around a place where those potato chips are going to be there. But yeah, but it's definitely not that great.
All right.
Salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar.
I feel like
This
the
guy,
wild card.
this thing came out of nowhere for me.
Out of
I'll
nowhere.
let you know. All right, because I don't even know when the last time I ever had a salt and vinegar flavored chip, other than actual salt and vinegar things. I liked them.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah. Are you having more? No.
No, I'm not having more. I am throwing all this away or doing something with it.
Giving it to the birds tomorrow.
Dude, don't kill those birds. But,
that's true. The rats are outside. Maybe they'll have them.
I think it's weird with the salt and vinegar chip because I'm very torn between it being nostalgic or being good and just being still a good chip because I know it's not a quality chip. So like a part of me, that bougie part of me that only eats really like well made with things with good ingredients and stuff like that is telling me, no, this can't be good because it's not made with good stuff. But at the same time, if I'm thinking of flavor and I'm thinking of, it being what it is, it knows what it is, in the company of all the other things that we ate today, it being good, a part of me wants to say that the salt and vinegar chip from Lay's is still a good chip, that it's actually not just nostalgic. I still think, well, then maybe I'll go out on a limb and just say that the salt and vinegar chip from Lay's, I'm going to say is still good. Am I going to buy it and eat it though? No, probably not. But the salt and vinegar chip from Lay's, I still think is good. It's crunchy. The chips didn't break. They were great looking in the bag, and it was fine. Unlike the barbecue chips or the sour cream and onion chips and the Pringles. I think there were more broken Pringles than there were salt and vinegar chips.
I'm going to have to ditto everything you just said. I don't even have to repeat it. I thought they're great. No, I'm not going to eat them. Nah, not buying them again. But would I recommend them? Yeah. I would. I would
recommend this.
And it would be hard to know if they were in a bowl because they look like a regular potato chip.
Yeah.
So you could psych a lot of people out with this chip.
Yeah.
Imagine going in and thinking you're about to just have a regular potato chip and a salt and vinegar hits you. Whew.
Yeah.
That's a surprise. That's a slap in the face. But you're definitely smelling that salt and vinegar before you get to it, before it hits your lips. I agree, man. This thing passes the test. It's a good chip. Is there better chips right now? I'm having pretty good damn chips. Maybe cassava chips. Fucking dynamite. But I will say I'm going to look to see if they have cassava salt and vinegar because I'm liking the taste. I'm liking the savory. I'm liking that tang. I'm kind of addicted to that. Yeah. This gave more of a physical reaction.
Yeah.
And then the flavor goes away pretty quickly. But the physical of what's going on physically is what I'm addicted to with this.
Yeah. And I do think, though, even with the Lay's one, even it being Lay's and, Pepsi Company chip and whatever, that this one seemed like it was made with more care than like the barbecue chips. I feel like the barbecue chips were just like shoved in a bag angrily and it was just broken. But like the salt and vinegar chips are just like, it looked like they were like, we're putting this together very nicely. We're going to take some care with this and make a good chip, and they're gonna be big chips in there, and it's gonna taste pretty good. And it's only it's funny, it's salt and vinegar, so I feel like it's like if you mess that up, like that's really good. I don't know how you mess that up, but obviously you can. But I would say it passed the nostalgia test. I feel like it's still good. I would recommend people try salt and vinegar. If Lay's is around and it's the only salt and vinegar, I still would say buy it, but try to find better salt and vinegar. Sour cream and onion.
Ooh. Bro, we had one chip each.
One chip each. It was horrible. It was terrible. It was a nightmare.
Does not pass the test. I never liked it in the first place, so I never even wanted it on the test. But I understood why you did, because I remember being a kid and realizing so many people like this fucking flavor. Mm-hmm. We would all hang out, and people would be like, yo, picking up chips, what do you want? And fucking everyone would want sour cream and onion. And I'm like, who the fuck likes this flavor? This terrible flavor.
I loved this flavor as a kid. Ugh. And eating it now makes me really question what the hell I was doing, because this was terrible. Terrible. I don't care what company, Pringles, Lay's, Ruffles, it doesn't matter. This is a bad flavor combination. It shouldn't be in a potato chip. The potato chip is already heavy because it's fried. why are you adding all this dairy? I don't want to eat something with buttermilk in it and more. Like, what the hell are you? See, this is the reason why. As a kid, you don't read the ingredients. Now, as an adult, you look and you're like, I'm not putting that in my. That's all on one chip.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. No, it was gross. Dr. Pepper couldn't even wash the flavor of that garbage out of your mouth. It would ruin the Dr. Pepper.
First of all, yeah, you couldn't. That's not something you pair with Dr. Pepper.
No, I don't know what you pair with it. Sprite?
You don't pair anything with it because you don't have it. Stop opening this bag, people.
Terrible.
Stop them from making this a flavor. There should be a discontinued flavor. Okay.
Yeah.
They should find out that no one likes sour cream and onion anymore.
I feel like sour cream and anything should be gone. Cheddar and sour cream, I think they should get rid of that. I didn't even eat it, but I can't even imagine the nightmare that would be even trying. But sour cream and onion, same thing. It's got to go.
Oh, it's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
No, this is not done.
Done.
Goodbye.
So, no to that. Pringles and sour cream and onion, got to go. You can go the way of the Three Musketeers. Salt and vinegar, congratulations. Awesome. And barbecue, nostalgic. That's about it. But yeah, everybody, thanks for another episode. Great episode.
We never got to the Doritos. I guess that's going to be another episode because you said like those are their own flavors.
Yeah, I think what we're going to end up doing is like an entire Dorito episode where it's like cheese, Cool Ranch, and maybe two more.
I'm down with that because that is a different flavor profile. I'm getting it now. I understand what you're talking about, Dan.
Yeah, it's a whole other world. But everybody, thanks again. Oh my God.
Oh, man, we got to get ones with strategic.
The Fritos.
The Fritos
with
with
corn chips.
Yeah.
So yeah,
is
original.
Frito like a Dorito?
I don't know because is a Dorito a corn chip or is it a tortilla? And I'm really unsure because a Frito is a corn chip or a corn strip. See, here's the problem. You have Doritos and then you have Fritos, but then you have combos. And I really think like if we're going to continue these episodes, we really got to figure out what is in what category because we definitely need to do a combos episode, even though I'm afraid.
What do you mean by combos? You mean like combos like the multi-packs, or are you talking about the pretzel /
that pretzel or cracker thing with
cheese thingamajig? Yeah. That's a whole other thing. What is that considered? A snack?
See, that's the thing. I think you would have to consider that a snack with like hot fries and
fuck hot
you
fries.
Know.
What the fuck is hot fries? Hot fries didn't have a flavor, Dan.
Yeah, hot fries is like
hot.
If you took the Pringles and you just made them hot.
Hot fries didn't have to be good because they just were like, let's just make it hot. It's a physical reaction.
Yeah. So I think we'll figure it out, but I think Doritos is definitely be on the list. I really don't understand if we could do pretzels because there's like one pretzel with a flavor.
That's considered no. Well, that would be considered a snack.
I think if you do pretzels, it would have to be shapes. So you'd have or style. So like pretzel rod.
Oh, I like that because they all kind of have their own flavor based. Even though it's a pretzel, it kind of changes. Like some people like those, like the thick, like combo looking ones, but they're just pretzels. I like those.
Like
those
the pretzel nuggets, then the pretzel rod, then the pretzel sticks, and then twisties. Like the twist, and then there's those big ones, those big twists like that are like insane.
Dude, I like it. I like that idea. I like it.
So everyone out there, honey mustard ones are good, and the honey braided.
Yeah. Guys, give us suggestions of your snacks and how we should categorize these things because there's so many. There's so many. We can mix it all. The Chex, Christ Chex. I mean, not Christ Chex. Chex Mix.
You are obsessed with communion.
I am.
Oh my God!
So is the rest of this world.
People, tell us what you think is your out of the OG Pringles, the salt and vinegar, sour cream and onion barbecue. What were your favorites? Do you still believe that you're still eating these flavors? And if not from these companies, but like what are your favorite chips? Where are your favorite potato chips coming from right these days?
North Fork chips are really good.
Cape Cod has a good salt and vinegar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Cape Cod, great salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
So much better.
So much better. But Manny.
All right, bro. I will see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. See you next time on another episode of the Nostalgia Test Podcast. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test Podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter @NostalgiaTest and on Instagram @TheNostalgiaTest. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.